Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Angelic Alien. It is Reverend Raven Sowell, and it is my absolute pleasure to be with you on today. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. For those of you who are coming back, welcome back, darling. It is always a beautiful thing to have you in the space. I am absolutely blessed to have you here. So grateful for you sharing your energy with me. I deeply, deeply, deeply bow to you for sharing your energy with me. For those of you who are new to my channel, please know that my videos, they hold a certain frequency, they hold a certain resonance, and everything within may not resonate with you, and that is okay. If you find that the information scares you, confuses you, causes you to have some type of anxiety, know that the video is not for you, and it is okay if you click off. All right. If you find that the information does resonate with I ask that you go within to your own most high to see how you should be best utilizing the information that is provided for you in my videos. Okay. The key is in all of what I have said is to use your discernment. Okay. For those of you who are interested in a personal reading from me, a spiritual consult, a life coaching session, anything of those natures, you can check that out below in the description. Okay. Today, beautiful ones, we are going to get a message. We are going to get a message. Before I turned on the recorder, the Ledisi song came in my head. It came on in my head. We'll say that. It's called Bravo. So I see this as being a message that has to do with spirit telling you bravo for your transition, for your healing, for the work that you have done. It is, I'm going to leave it down in the link so that you can hear it. It is a really, really good song. And so I take this as a pat on the back from our spirit guides that we are on the right path, and they are definitely giving us a round of applause. Okay. Um, so let's go ahead and we're going to invoke for spirit. All right. Okay. Oh my goodness. Uh, I thank you, Mother, Father God, for your presence, for your love, and for your light. I thank you, holy angels and holy ancestors, for your presence. I thank you, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Uriel, for your presence. I thank you, Mama Aset, for your presence, for your love, for your protection, for covering me as I channel these messages for the viewer. I ask that all negative energy that is sent my direction or that originates from within me is bound and sent to the one source creator for divine judgment. Ashe. I thank you, Archangel Zachiel, for your presence. I thank you for your love and your guidance and for helping me to move through stagnancy so that it can be transmuted, so that we are able to allow our emotions to flow, to walk upon our path in forgiveness, love, grace, and mercy. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. From the root to the crown, I am clear. From the root to the crown, I am clear. From the root to the crown, I am clear. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. All right, beautiful ones. Let's see what we got going on today. What we got going on. So, there is this energy. There is this energy of protection that you have, right? This energy that you have that is surrounding you is an energy of protection, right? Some of you are still in the cocoon stage. in the metamorphosis of your new beginning. And so there is a significant amount of protection that is around you. So your mental space is being protected, and a guard is being placed there. Um, your third eye is also in a state of having some protection around it. Now, for some of you, this could be that you are in a state of fear or in a state of being guarded, on guard. We'll see more about that in a moment. We'll see more about that. Okay, what's the message for the collective, please? Research your maternal lineage. Okay. What's this about? Divine light. Research your maternal lineage, and the divine light has come out. So, for some of you, this has to do with there being an illumination on your maternal lineage that is helping to tap into the divinity of the divine light within that lineage, okay? Which is also revealing various protections, guards, entities that are guarding you from this lineage, right? So some of you may have been seeing in your third eye different energies or entities around you. These are monitors, guards, monitor. They're monitors, but they're not monitoring as in a lower nature. They are like monitoring guards from your maternal side. Okay, so some of your family from your maternal line is definitely watching over you in the astral realm, in the spiritual realm. And this may be you're starting to see it and recognize it now, because your third eye is having like another layer moved away so that you can see more and more in your third eye. Some of you are guided to stop drinking certain types of water, stop drinking certain types of things so that you can have better success with decalcifying your pineal gland so that you are able to see through your third eye a lot more clearly. Some of you have already been doing this, and this is why you're able to see, or you're aware more now of these energies that are around you. Also, this is because you have done a lot of work, a lot of shadow work, which is helping you to bring into divine union parts that were in the shadow before that are being revealed. So there's light, there's additional light, there's additional divine light that has been released because of the shadow work that you've been doing, which is then allowing your gift, your third eye, to be even stronger. So your spiritual sight is stronger now because of the work you've been doing in the shadow realm. You are a high priestess. You are also guided to like use salt, use salt for cleansing when you're noticing like a lot of negative energies or a trend of negativity in your environment. Um, uh, when you're doing your spiritual work, you can use salt as a way. So if you are feeling that the things that are around you are of lower vibration or negative vibration, you are able to cleanse your area with salt. You're also able to cleanse your body with salt to help you. This will definitely help you to um, detach from a lot of the negative energy that you're doing, that you're having, or that may be attaching to you. Some of you work in places where negative energy may be attaching itself to you and you're bringing it home. Cleanse your space. Use incense to cleanse your space. Most definitely, rosemary and lavender are good herbal incense to burn, to smudge your home with. Also, using frankincense resin is a good thing. Cacao is a good thing to help you to cleanse your space as well of negativity. All right. You want to do this because as the more you are heightening with your light, this does attract more energies towards you. If you resonated with the video that I did yesterday, it talks about that from your holy divine guardian. It was telling you about the energies that are going to start coming around you a lot more because of the recognition that you are in because you are activating your Merkaba. Okay. Focus on what you want to see. Focus on what you want to see. And this says, go within to the internal source, which forms your outside. Your perception forms your physical reality. So, how you perceive things, your perception forms your physical reality. So, what you are still bound to, chained to, in the cave, it is causing the way that your reality looks. So if you have not gone and listened to the message that I had with regards to being in the cave, and with regards to Plato's cave and how that is relevant of like you doing your shadow work and you seeing things in a way of an illusion, that's important, that's significant. So focus on what you want to see, and by freeing yourself from darkness, freeing yourself from the cave, and going into the light, it does help you to see things more clearly and to understand that what you are seeing, what you were seeing on the cave wall, what you were seeing in the shadow, what you were seeing in the underworld, it only looked to be a certain way because of your perception. Okay. So when you begin to become angry at the actions of another, ask yourself, how would you have helped them if they had asked you for guidance? Right. So this is the energy of you being mindful, about um, your emotions and how you are directing those emotions, you being mindful about what is triggering you and why you are being triggered, because sometimes that can become evil eye that gets you tangled up in somebody else's stuff that you don't need to be tangled up in, causing you to have to do more work of balancing out karma and balancing out your scales, the scales of Ma'at. Right? So don't get entangled in somebody else's something based on what you think that they should have done. If you don't have the wherewithal to give them good guidance yourself on how to change their situation. Typically, whenever we are in a state of where we become angry at someone, it is because we are seeing an aspect of ourselves that we are in regret about, we're in remorse about, and we haven't yet consciously recognized that. And that anger that we are projecting at them is really something that's coming from the unconscious that we're needing to detach from. Okay. So that is significant for this Eight of Swords energy that is here. Okay. Some of you are High Priestess. You are very wise. Excuse me, very knowledgeable. Very wise, very knowledgeable. Um, some of you are in need or are in the space of doing a life review. Certain things are popping up that you are reflecting on and working through so that you aren't in a state of regret. Okay. What about this wise owl and High Priestess, please, Spirit? Air. All right. So some of you are incredibly like you're still in the cocoon. Again, you're still in the cocoon, shifting and changing, right? And while you are in the cocoon, you have um, you have your inner high priestess who is ministering to you, talking to you, giving you guidance, nurturing you, giving you information, right? This is significant because it is meant to change. It is meant to help you to have a shifting in how you think on the mental realm. Okay, your mental realm is being ministered to, right? Uh, I no longer hold my past actions against my future self. Forgiveness of self, heart of the matter. So, India Irie, heart of the matter. If you keep your anger, if you keep carrying the anger, it'll eat you up inside. So you are transmuting this energy, right? And this came out underneath this, asking yourself how you would help them if they had asked you for guidance, right? So again, this is when you are angry with someone else, you are actually angry at another version of yourself from the past that you are still having regrets about, right? This is that is unfinished business that you are having some regrets about, right? And so this energy here is about forgiveness of self. Okay, get down to the heart of the matter, is what they're saying here. Again, if you keep carrying the anger, it's going to eat you up inside, right? Um, this is significant. Charity is needed. Charity is needed. Charity is needed. So if you have the ability to feed somebody knowledge, wisdom that you wish you would have had at a particular time, right? You see yourself in them, you see them going down a path that you wish you would have had someone to help to mentor you out of. If you have the ability to give your past self some wisdom, right? If you had the ability to give your past self some wisdom, if you had the ability to help your past self at this very now moment through that person, through you helping that person, what would you give them? What would you give your past self, right? Because as you are recognizing what you are seeing as a revelation is coming to you, because sometimes again it's not something that you are aware of unless you're doing that introspection, right? This is a renewing of your mind. This is you breaking away from this cave, this cave that you're in, the darkness that you're in. And so if you had the ability to feed this person or to feed your past self with knowledge and wisdom, what would you have given them? What would you have given them? Because what you feed that person, whether it is anger, whether it is judgment, whatever it is you're feeding that person, it is going to impact how they behave, right? And that is going to also impact how you are going to be entangled with that person. So, even if you are in a space of being in judgment and talking about that person, not helping them, you are entangling yourself into something. You are entangling yourself up into their karma, where you're having to repeat certain things too. Okay, so be mindful of that. Be very mindful of that. Spell work now occurring, right? So when that happens, when you are mad and angry at somebody, judging them, not giving them compassion, seeing yourself in them, but still being in a space of where you're really not helping, you're just talking down to them. This is actually a form of spell work, but you don't put a spell on anybody. You don't put a spell on anybody that you don't also put on yourself. Okay, so this is sage wisdom right here that I'm giving to you, and this is the wisdom of your high priestess that is talking to you, that when you are in a situation where you are becoming angry with people and you are judging them, this is your inner voice is also attempting to get that message across to you as well, right? So understanding that that the manipulation that is happening, that can happen in these type of situations, it may appear to be from outside, but it isn't external manipulation. It is actually manipulation that is coming from yourself, right? You are getting yourself binded into something where you think you're projecting it out, but again, when you when you are talking about somebody, you are really binding yourself into that situation. Okay, so this is why spell work, certain types of spell work, is just like moot. It's silly to do, because you can't wish anything bad on somebody who don't see themselves as that way, who doesn't receive it. Only thing you're doing is speaking those things upon yourself. Okay. So some of you are getting this and understanding that and growing in this understanding, right? This may have been also something. This is something where your maternal line also had to learn, because your maternal line probably had it very, probably did this a lot. They probably put their mouths on people, and spoke about people a lot, right? In a negative way, just talked about what people were doing, and basically put spell work on them, which then corrupted their gifts that they have, right? Because they still have the gifts, but it's just been corrupted, or it's been wrapped in this darkness, right? And so a lot of the stuff that is happening is what is happening. That is being healed is reaction abuse, right? It is one becoming aware that the reasons why they're doing certain things, they're behaving certain ways, is because these are like defense mechanisms that they have developed from being in this type of environment, right? Having it done to them. People tend to repeat what was done to them, right? Not all people, but this is just, I'm just, you get the point. No need to be mad when people are being themselves. Ask yourself, what am I learning? from them about myself. This card just came out, right? No need to be mad at people when they're being themselves. They're being themselves, right? I ain't even got one tattoo left in me. Life is a school. What are you learning? Life is a school. What are you learning? All right. Black Native American. Black Native American. So again, whomever resonates with this video, you are starting to recognize your wealth, your worth, your self-worth. You're also starting to recognize the power of your lineage through the blood that runs through your veins, the power, the spiritual power that you have, the fact that you guys come from a line of high priestess. You come from a line of very wise teachers, wise owls who were very, very intelligent, right? There's a high sense of intelligence here within your family, within you. The third eye is very much activated, right? Understand though, there is also this dichotomy where there is great profound love and wisdom, there is also the ability to drain with this energy vampire card that has come out here. There is the energy to drain people based on how you speak on them, right? The words that you speak over their lives, right? So you can either make the fig tree grow beautiful fruit, or you can dry the fruit up and make it die, is the energy that I have. So you have the energy, the power to create or to destroy. Okay, this is what I am hearing. You are worthy of love and good health. Okay, and it's time to clean up the spiritual body, right? Lower there are lower energetic influences that are still being worked out. Okay, Archangel Michael is most definitely present, as one of your guides to help you in this time. All right, the new beginning is here. And the spirit realm is singing bravo, right? They're singing bravo to you, bravo. There's a lot of new growth that is happening here. There is this integration of your higher self, um, of your angelic starseed, right? Of the awareness. This is an integration of, your power, right? This is a release of karmatic relationships and behaviors, even karmatic relationships that you have with yourself, and not renewing any new karmatic relationships. Again, you're not binding yourself to people's stuff based on your judgments towards them, right? Not giving yourself aid, not giving yourself aid, right, in the here and now. You're not binding yourself into any more karmatic relationships. Candle magic could assist in this matter, right? So you are encouraged to use candle work also as you are cleansing these lower influences, as you are cleansing your spiritual body. You are encouraged to use candle magic. Candle magic can definitely help you to set your intentions and your prayers, most definitely help you in that nature. So you are encouraged by your spirit team, most definitely your holy divine guardian is encouraging you to use candles to assist you with with this healing that you're doing for yourself, right? I'm not telling you to burn a candle to do magic against anyone. I'm telling you to do candle magic for your own healing, your own growth. Okay. If you need assistance in learning how to do candle magic, candle work, you can contact me at my information. Okay. Excuse me. If you're interested in a class that I give on candle work, if enough of you are interested, I will most definitely offer that. Again, wisdom, the Hierophant. So, spiritual teacher, right? Some of you are in need of a spiritual teacher. Some of you are awakening to wisdom that is coming from the divine feminine, right? There, the high priestess energy is here. There is wisdom. There is wisdom. There's something significant about wisdom. Give me 1 second. Something significant here about wisdom. 1 second. Wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. There's something significant. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. So, wisdom. So, the energy of wisdom is significant because not just because we've been talking about it a lot, but it's also significant because it is what Archangel Uriel has been talking about a lot, right? That's what Archangel Uriel brings in is wisdom with the scrolls, with the learning, with the books. The energy of Libra is very strong with wisdom as well as with Archangel Uriel. Knowledge, the light of God, right? So this is making me think about the virtues that are learned through the stages, through Erickson's stages, and in the final stage of ego integrity versus despair, the conflict is ego integrity versus despair, and in that stage, this is when the person is like late in their like mid 60s to end of life, right, they're at the end of their life, and they are in the conflict between ego integrity versus despair, right? So they're in their 60s, mid 60s. They have more left, they have more life behind them than they do ahead of them, and they know that it is too late for them to start a new life. And so if they did not overcome certain aspects of the previous stages, when they get to this stage in life, they can be in despair, which is expressed through them understanding that they don't have any more enough time to start a new life, right? And so the despair is typically, you know countered with, regret, self criticism, and a fear of impending death. And so the interesting thing about this, the counter to this would be, ego integrity, which is when the person has like they're in the exact same space, except they're not in the space of where they're in despair, where they're in this psychological danger of, having all of these regrets late in life. right? They are actually in a space of where they can sit back and think about, okay, my babies are, they're grown. I see my grandkids on these days, my children are doing good. I don't have any regrets about the life that I lived. I did everything that I wanted to do, and I did it in a satisfactory way. I had good relationships. I had significant relationships, and what virtue that is obtained out of ego, integrity, and despair is wisdom, right? That it is wisdom. And that's what I'm seeing here, right? So even if you might, hell, I don't know how old you are. You may be in your mid 60s or later, right? But I don't really think that it even really requires you to be this late in age to get here, to not have any regrets. I think that you can not have any regrets right where you are, right? Based on you living a life that you accept, right? The choices that you've made, you've corrected whatever you wanted to correct, you've done what you wanted to do. Um, the energy that I'm healing, that I'm feeling right here is one that is heavily about an ending that has come, that you have learned great wisdom from the ending that you have encountered through the events that you have been through. And that is significant. It's significant not only for you, but for the growth of your family lineage. It's important for the growth of the overall lineage of your maternal side, for darn sure, because that's what came out with this um, with this Empress card. And at the back end of the Empress card is the Five of Cups, which is the cups of regret, remorse, emotional loss, right? They really and truly, they regret. They're in a state of regret of, where they were. This is exactly what this is. This is crazy. This is a crazy, right? This is most definitely, ego, integrity versus despair. This card is most definitely the card of despair, right? The emotional loss card, right? And so what I'm getting here is that you are receiving a round of applause because you have become the star. You have hope, right? You have come out in a place of where you have achieved hope, you have achieved trust in this whole thing. So even if you didn't start out this way, even if you weren't born into a lineage that taught you how to really trust, right? Erickson's first stage of trust versus mistrust. Even if you did not grow up in a family where you were able to trust yourself, or where you grew to achieve that virtue of hope, you have it now, right? You have hope now. You have trust now. You have the ability to be in a state of integrity with your ego, right? You and your ego are in full integrity because you have done the work that you needed to do to achieve an actual healthy strength in your ego. This is no longer you being in a space of being in a weak ego, right? So you may be in the exact same body, but you are new. You're new in a sense, in the ego sense. You're new, which is then even more helpful for your higher self to really be integrated within your vessel. Right? So this is the reason why you get a round of applause, because you're moving on. You're moving on from this past family burden, right? So that you can create harmony, right? You were able to now create harmony and love and peace and understanding and union between your higher self and your lower self, right? The personality that is Raven, the ego that is Raven, now has all the ability to really commune with the high priestess that is Raven, the Christed being self, right? That aspect of self, right? So that we're able to now move in the spirit of love, in these memories of love. The flame has been ignited within us. There is a full activation that has happened, and you can rest easy, right? You can rest easy at this time. So, okay, wow. That's amazing. Passion ignited. The fire has been reignited within you, right? That soul spark has been reignited within you. Truth. The Ace of Swords here. Truth. There is triumph and success here. Truth. We have the ability to manifest what we need now. Truth. This is a light body activation now. Truth. The life force have been revived within us now. Truth. Thank you, Spirit. It says, I ain't even got one sad tear left in me. Thank you. Because you have done the work. And again, if you have not gotten where I am talking about, this is where you're moving to. You're in the cocoon still. You're in the cocoon still. Understand? You're moving towards sovereignty. After this is divine sovereignty, right? You just don't self-sabotage it, right? We have victory at all costs, right? Authority. We have authority. We have the emperor here. We have the tower with disruption, the base chakra, obstacles, and challenges. Authority. Authority is gained through you having this revelation of what has gone on in this base chakra. Authority is being reestablished after this tower moment that has hit the base chakra, right? There were obstacles that came. There were obstacles that came, but now you're in this wish fulfillment mode and completion and celebration with the world or the universe card. Okay? Choose wisely. Choose wisely. You are in a school. Life is a school. What are you learning? Okay? The Nine of Pentacles again. What are you learning? I'm telling you what I'm learning, that this is divine destiny, right? This is fated. I don't have any choice but to win. You know what I'm saying? Same goes for you. You don't have any choice but to win. If you are lining up with these messages, you're getting messages to point you to the direction in which you need to go. If you are on the path, stay on the path, right? You are on the path, because I'm hearing bravo, bravo, come on and clap for yourself now. Yes. I want you to celebrate. That's what they want. They want you to celebrate. You don't take enough time to celebrate yourself. I know that this is true because I don't. I achieve a goal and I move to the next thing. I achieve that goal and I move to the next thing. Right? That's a part of an old paradigm that is no longer, that we no longer doing. We are told to clap for ourselves, right? You have become the queen of the underworld. You are Persephone, right? You have become the queen of hell. I run this shit. I run this. You can't tell me nothing about what's mine. Don't take my kindness for weakness, right? Have this self-awareness of who you are, that you are a priestess, you are a prophetess, you may have gone down into the underworld, because the story of Persephone, you may have gone down into the underworld as this completely um, uh, naive, or whatever you want to describe Persephone as being. But you were walking down there with Hecate as your guide, and she was teaching you all these things, and you kept Hades under control, right? You kept Hades under control. So you ain't worried about the little demons that are trying to scatter around or whatever. You just use them. Go and sit down somewhere, right? Because you have dominion over every place you walk. Every place your foot lands, you have dominion over it, right? This isn't being egotistical. This is knowing what you have overcome, right? This is knowing what you have overcome. You done been, this is like those people who've been through hell. They've been through hell. So yeah, this is it's where I call home. I think that's what Don Tripp says. He says, I done been to hell and back. It's where I done been to hell and back so much is where I call home, right? So it don't move you like it can move other people, right? It didn't beat you down. As a matter of fact, you came out looking even better, right? When you finally do come up for that 6 months in the springtime, you looking better, right? So for those of you who know the story of Persephone, so is this it? Can I go to bed now? This is an awesome reading. You guys keep doing great work. You are doing absolutely amazing. Don't let the little lower energetic influences tell you any different. Cleanse them. Let them know who is the boss, right? Don't allow yourself to be put put under, right? And don't try to put anybody else under, right? I don't return to sender, and I don't have to get my lick back. God got me. Ha! I don't return to sender, and I don't have to get my lick back. God got me. Right? All right. So I am closing off this channeling, sending it all back to the One Source Creator. I'm thanking you for allowing me to be a clear channel at this time. Thank you for this beautiful message. I call back all of my energy to me, whole, healed, and transmuted. All of the energy that belongs to the viewer, I release it and I send it back to them, whole, healed, and transmuted. Ashe, ashe, ashe. You beautiful people be blessed. Bravo, bravo. Oh.